6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The caretaker Prime Minister has expressed Pakistan's desire to expand bilateral cooperation with Qatar in all fields, particularly trade and investment. The caretaker Foreign Minister has emphasized the importance of regular debate on Pakistan's foreign policy. The sea phase of the international exercise Barracuda 12 was held in the North Arabian Sea today. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe the Right to Self-Determination Day tomorrow. At least 15 Palestinians were martyred in the unabated Israeli attacks on residential buildings in Gaza during the last 24 hours. On the second day of the Sydney cricket test against Pakistan, Australia in the first innings were 116 runs for the loss of 2 wickets at stumps today. And now the news in detail. The caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haque Kakar has expressed Pakistan's desire to expand bilateral cooperation across all spheres, particularly trade and investment with Qatar. Talking to the Qatari ambassador Ali Mubarak Ali Isa Al Khatir in Islamabad today, Anwarul Haque Kakar asked the ambassador to explore the potential for cooperation in tourism and media sectors. The Prime Minister said Special Investment Facilitation Council is playing an active role to attract investors from the Gulf countries, including Qatar, to benefit from the opportunities in key sectors of the economy. Anwarul Haque Kakar said Pakistan appreciates the role played by Qatar in diplomatic efforts that led to a temporary ceasefire in Gaza and stressed the need for concerted efforts by the international community, particularly Muslim Ummah, to bring peace in Palestine. The Prime Minister also congratulated Ali Mubarak Ali Isa Al Khatir on assuming the ambassadorial responsibilities in Pakistan. He said the two countries would further strengthen their relations during his tenure. The caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jilani has underlined the importance of regular debate on Pakistan's foreign policy and global and regional developments. He stated this while speaking as the opening speaker in a 3-day envoys conference that started at the Foreign Office in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister Anwarul Haque Kakar will deliver the keynote address. The conference will deliberate and finalize recommendations on a range of bilateral, regional and global dimensions of Pakistan's foreign policy. The Envoys Conference is a regular feature for in-depth discussion for various facets of Pakistan's foreign policy in view of the regional and global developments. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has underlined the need of investing in Braille education towards developing an inclusive and equitable society. In a message on the occasion of the World Braille Day today, the President said, by working together, we can create a world where barriers are eliminated and opportunities are made accessible for everyone. He expressed his admiration for Pakistan's progressive efforts in enhancing accessibility for persons with visual impairment. The President also paid homage to Louis Braille, whose invention transformed the lives of millions of people with visual disabilities with literacy. He said Pakistan has demonstrated remarkable dedication in achieving Braille literacy and accessibility. The caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Murtaza Solanki, has appealed to the political parties to present a comprehensive program for the welfare of differently abled persons in their election manifestos. He was addressing a ceremony held in Islamabad today in connection with the observance of the World Braille Day. Murtaza Solanki said differently able individuals have equal rights, including the privilege to vote. He said the elected representatives should focus on the legislation to ensure welfare of the differently able persons. Pak-Afghan Border Management Committee, during a meeting at the customs station Torkham, has agreed to expedite the crossover of 900 trucks from both sides daily to clear the long queues of goods-laden vehicles waiting for clearance. The meeting, held under the chairmanship of the Additional Collector Customs, Mohammad Rizwan. The slow clearance process causes financial losses to the business community of both the countries. This is Radio Pakistan. The sea phase of the international exercise Barracuda 12 was held today in the North Arabian Sea. As a chief guest, the caretaker Chief Minister Sindh, Maqbool Bakr, witnessed the exercise aboard Pakistan Maritime Security Agency ship Kashmir. Air and surface assets of the Pakistan Navy, Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, Pakistan Air Force, and other national stakeholders participated in the sea phase of the exercise. Exercises on containment of oil spill, search and rescue operations, and anti-piracy were demonstrated by the Pakistan Navy and Pakistan Maritime Security Agency aircrafts, Pakistan Navy and Pakistan Air Force helicopters, as well as Pakistan Maritime Security Agency ships. The drills were witnessed by 15 foreign observers and representatives of various national stakeholders. The foreign observers applauded the efforts being put in by all the stakeholders, especially the efforts of Pakistan Navy and Pakistan Maritime Security Agency to fight any disaster at sea. International Exercise Barracuda 12 is a marine oil spill exercise and is aimed at enhancing the capacity and proficiency of national stakeholders to combat the menace of pollution at sea. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe the Right to Self-Determination Day tomorrow, with the pledge to continue their struggle till the achievement of their internationally acknowledged inalienable right to self-determination. The call for the observance of the day has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference. It was on 5th of January in 1949 when the United Nations Security Council passed a resolution supporting the Kashmiris' right to decide their future by themselves under a UN's supervised plebiscite. Over 7 decades have lapsed, but no concrete steps have been taken by the United Nations to implement the resolution of 13th August 1948 and 5th January 1949. The situation in occupied Kashmir has worsened since August 5th, 2019, when the Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government revoked the special status of the held territory. Thousands of Kashmiris, including APHC Chairman Musarrat Alam Bhatt, Shabbir Ahmed Shah, Mohammad Yasin Malik, Asian Darabi, and Naeem Ahmed Khan, are languishing in the Indian jails. At least 15 Palestinians were martyred and several others injured in Israeli attacks on residential buildings in Gaza during the last 24 hours. Israeli forces also targeted a hospital and the Red Crescent building in Khan Yunis. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia has rejected Israeli extremist remarks on displacing Gaza residents. Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry, in a statement, stressed the importance of efforts to activate international accounting mechanisms towards the persistence of the Israeli government in violating international humanitarian laws. On the other hand, huge swaths of downtown area in Gaza City have been heavily damaged as Israel continues to pound the area, leaving many streets completely unrecognizable. More than 22,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, have been martyred in Gaza in the Israeli aggression since October 7 last year. And now cricket. On the second day of the third and last cricket test match at Sydney against Pakistan, Australia in their first innings were 116 for 2 at stumps today. Earlier, Pakistan were all out for 313 runs in the first innings. Australia lead the series 2-0. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold conditions are likely in the northern parts during the next 12 hours. Dense fog smog is likely to persist in Islamabad, Punjab, Upper Sindh, and the plain areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. However, cloudy weather with rain and snowfall over the hills is expected in most parts of Balochistan. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.